Going to do a side-by-side comparison. Got an allocated bourbon versus a non-allocated Tennessee whiskey slash bourbon. Stay tuned. Well, hey there. Welcome back. My name is Gordon, and today we are going to do a little comparison on high proof, low IQ. Before we get started, I want to thank you for watching, and please click that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down there. And it doesn't cost you much time, but it also really helps us out quite a bit. And as usual, this video is especially for you, our favorite viewer. Okay, so we're going to start off by talking about the two whiskeys that we're going to compare. And I was going to say two bourbons. There really are bourbons, but so Stagg Jr., which is now just called Stagg, so we'll call it Stagg. Don't call me Junior. This one is batch number 22A, and it comes in at 132.2 proof, and it is a barrel proof, but it's a blend between a bunch of barrels, right? So it's a big batch release, and so it's barrel proof and does not give an age statement on it, but it's said to be 8 to 6 years old, 6 to 8 years old. They're widely thought of as to be really, really good. Of course, they have been known to be better than they are now. They've kind of slipped off, kind of like the Elijah Craig barrel proofs have slipped off in past years, and I don't know if that's just a trend in the industry or what. However, it seems to be true. And on this side, in this corner, we have Jack Daniel's single barrel proof Tennessee whiskey. The only difference between bourbon and Tennessee whiskey is Tennessee whiskey goes through an additional process called the Lincoln County process, which is where it's, before it goes in the barrel, it's filtered through sugar maple charcoal, and that's to mellow it. I'm not sure, what that does to it or whatever. Although I will say this, I mean, bourbon distilleries in Kentucky do this also. They just don't call it Tennessee whiskey. I don't know if Stagg does this, but whatever. Anyway, we're going to put these in a spinner, and we're going to mix them up so I don't know which one's which, and then we are going to compare and contrast. I'm going to pick a winner. So without further ado, let's get started.
A few moments later.
Where she stops, I'll tell you where she's going to stop. She's going to stop right there. I'm going to take this off. All right. So I don't know what's what. We're going to take them out, put them over here. We're going to move this off to the side. Okay. So I gave the proof of the Jack Daniel's, of the Stagg, which was 132.2, and let me look on the Jack Daniel's, was going to be 129.7 proof. So it's they're close. They're within about 3 proof points, and so we're just going to I don't know which one's which. Obviously, the colors are very similar. The differences are, of course, one of them is a Tennessee whiskey and it's a single barrel. So other than that, it's not a blend. So with a blend, you have more control over the flavor profile. But with a single barrel, you get sometimes a really good whiskey. Sometimes it's just okay. I mean, it varies from barrel to barrel, but obviously, you know, with Jack Daniels, I mean, people with these single barrel proofs, people rave about them, and so we're gonna go ahead and give these a shot. So we'll start off with, on my right, your left. This will be glass number 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. Okay, so I have a little notepad here, and I think I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to take this off of here. I had written down the proof of both of these. We'll say glass number 1. On the nose, I get classic bourbon notes. So I'm getting brown sugar. I'm getting maybe some molasses, which is what sugar makes brown sugar. Brown sugar is when you take sugar and you put molasses in it. So molasses. It's a fruit note, but it's dark fruit note. Let me try it again. And it's really sweet. Get vanilla. What else do I get? I get some oak in there for sure. Oak. I'm not getting a lot of cinnamon on that. Let's go for number 2. Let me get some water first. Bring some water over here. Okay. Number 2, on the nose, I have kind of a cola or a root beer. Call it root beer. So I think I know which one's which already. Yeah. Okay. That's buttery. It's very buttery. Super viscous, more viscous than the other one, but way better mouthfeel. It's less sweet. I'll write that down. Less sweet. Longer finish. Definitely root beer. Root beer. I'm going to say that buttery is buttercream. Like buttercream frosting. Cream. So good. All right. So right now I like number 2 better, but number 1 needs I need to give it another shot. So we're gonna go number 1. I'm gonna see if I can pick anything up out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse my palate a little bit. All right. Okay. Okay, a little more cream on that one. That one's not the same. It's not a buttercream. It's just kind of like a cream cheese frosting. Like a cream cheese frosting that's on like a a carrot cake, a little thicker. Okay. Let me see. The finish is not near as long on glass number one. Glass number one is very good. I'm going to say it's very good, but it's not near, doesn't have near the mouthfeel or the finish that glass number two has. And I'm going to put some glasses on if I can find my glasses. There they are. I won't be able to tell what's what. So I'm going to pick number two as my winner. I know it didn't take very long, but it just it's not even close. It's really, I don't need to break it down so much. Glass number two. First, I'll talk about glass number one because it's not my winner, and I want to talk about all the things that it does well, because it doesn't do anything poorly. It really doesn't. So I get a. So it's sweet. There's a fruity note to it. I get a little molasses on the nose. I get brown sugar on the nose. I get a little vanilla on the nose. It is a little buttery. Okay, true, like a salted butter, not like a baking. Baking butter is unsalted. This is like a salted butter, like you would put on pancakes. Something you would normally have in your refrigerator for toast and for things like that. It's good. It's really good. It's got like a cream cheese frosting note to it, which I really enjoy. Maybe a little burnt sugar going on there. The finish is not very long. The mouthfeel is good. It's not great. It's a good bourbon. If it's the one I'm thinking of, at MSRP, I would not be disappointed at this. I would not at all. It's still a good bourbon, and I would buy it for sure at MSRP. Number two, I'm not even going to drink it again because I can tell you right now. So on the nose, I got root beer. I got that on the palate also. It was buttery, and I said later on it was not just buttery. When I say buttery, I mean it had a butter flavor to it, but it was like coating your mouth, like when you eat some like if you're into mushrooms, like sautéed mushrooms, sautéed in butter, and if you eat the sautéed mushrooms and if the butter's not overly cooked to a brownness, and you get it in your mouth, it like coats your mouth with that buttery flavor. Like if you get an over easy egg or whatever, and you eat the white part before the yolk, and you just put it in your mouth before you bite the egg, you get that buttery flavor. That's what I'm getting on this. It was less sweet than number one. It had a much longer finish. It did have a buttercream frosting note to it. The mouthfeel was incredible on number two, just incredible. And the finish was very, very long and pleasant. And it had more of those notes that I mentioned in the palate. It was just an all-around, it was just better. It was just better. And it wasn't even close. I think I knew that number two is going to be the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof Tennessee whiskey, and let's see what it is. Yeah, it's the Jack Daniel's. So I put a J there, and so the other one had an S for Stagg. The Stagg is really good, and if I find the Stagg at MSRP, which is like $65, I'll buy it all the time because for $65 it's really good. Now, for the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof at MSRP, which is also about $65, it is so much better. Now it's a single barrel, so some of the single barrels are better than others, right? And so it's hard to compare a batch whiskey. I'm going to say it's not a small batch whiskey, but so Stagg barrel proof is a bunch of barrels at barrel proof that are blended together, and they are looking for a flavor profile, and so or something that's really special, and that's what they do. They blend it all together, and it is not the same as a single barrel, because with a single you can adjust the flavor by adding different barrels, and you can hide some of the poorer barrels by adding better barrels and making a bigger batch. But with a single barrel proof, you just get what you get. And so I'm gonna say there's a winner hands down. I can't tell you for certain that every single one of these is going to be better than a Stagg, because some Staggs are better than others, and some Jack Daniel's single barrel proof Tennessee whiskeys are going to be better than others. But this one is phenomenal. Don't want to take much away from the Stagg. The Stagg was pretty good on its own. It was pretty good, but for my money, if I'm going to spend my money on the same amount of money on a whiskey, and I know this is harder to find than this, because here in Tennessee anyway, these are on the shelf all the time. We don't ever have a problem finding single barrel proof Tennessee whiskeys from Jack Daniel's ever, and they're in the 120s or 130s all the time. They're really good. Occasionally you find one that's hazmat. If you find one that's hazmat, buy it, because they're hard to find. They're not that common, but they do put them out once in a while. They're really good, and they're collectible, I think, because they're just so hard to find. All your friends will be real impressed. But anyway, winner chicken dinner. This one is no slouch, but it cannot stand up to the Jack Daniel's mighty juggernaut of bourbon / Tennessee whiskey. Can't compare. Anyway, all right, so we're going to go with Jack Daniel's as the winner, undisputed champion this time. And if you've been around this long, I appreciate it. Please smash that like, subscribe, click the notification bell, favorite viewer, all that. Want to say this, we really appreciate you watching our videos. Please comment, tell us if you're a big fan of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof Tennessee whiskey, or you're a big fan of Stagg, or both. Please let me know if there's a batch of Stagg that you think can compete with this single barrel proof. Let me know. I'll try to get a hold of it and do a comparison, but 22A just doesn't cut it. It's really good in its own right. I mean, it's really good, but the finish is just lacking. It does not have near the complexity and the flavor, the different flavor profiles that the Jack Daniel's has. There was no comparison at all. Really, it's not that this was bad. It's just that this was just phenomenal. So anyway, until next time, we really appreciate you watching. Cheers, and drink up.